Pope to receive King Charles and Queen Camilla at the Vatican, a historic royal visit that could change everything. Welcome back to Crown Chronicles, your royal gateway to the truth, the mystery, and the majesty behind the world's most powerful monarchies. If you love following the grandeur, diplomacy, and heart-stirring human stories of the royals, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because today's story is one that blends faith, history, and destiny. This is the stunning tale of how Pope Francis is set to receive King Charles III and Queen Camilla at the Vatican, marking one of the most anticipated royal visits in decades, and possibly, one of the most meaningful of Charles's reign. The announcement came early this week, sending shockwaves through royal circles and global media alike. Buckingham Palace confirmed that King Charles and Queen Camilla will soon embark on a highly symbolic visit to the Vatican, where they will be personally received by His Holiness Pope Francis. It's more than a diplomatic meeting, it's a moment charged with history, reconciliation, and spiritual resonance. For centuries, the relationship between the British monarchy and the Vatican has been complicated, shaped by faith, politics, and centuries-old divisions that date all the way back to King Henry VIII's break from Rome in 1534. But now, nearly 500 years later, Charles is preparing to walk through the grand doors of the Apostolic Palace. Not as a ruler divided from Rome, but as a monarch seeking unity, understanding, and shared purpose, and for King Charles, this visit could not come at a more profound moment. After months of concern over his health and speculation about the future of his reign, this trip represents both a personal and public statement, a reaffirmation of his faith, his diplomacy, and his hope for healing, both for himself and for his kingdom. Insiders close to Buckingham Palace have described the upcoming visit as deeply significant for the king, who has always been fascinated by interfaith dialogue and the common threads that bind different religions together. Throughout his life, Charles has championed unity, whether between Christians, Muslims, Jews, or people of no faith at all. As monarch, he has embraced his role as defender of the faiths, not just of one, signaling a modern, inclusive monarchy that seeks to bring people together rather than divide them. This is what makes the Vatican meeting so symbolic. For King Charles, stepping into the spiritual heart of Catholicism isn't just about protocol, it's about purpose. It's a statement that faith can transcend history's divisions, that even wounds centuries old can heal with dialogue and goodwill. Queen Camilla's presence at the meeting has also sparked intrigue and admiration. The Queen has accompanied Charles on numerous religious and humanitarian visits. But this one carries special weight. Those close to her describe her as being deeply honored and reflective about the invitation, aware of its historical gravity. For Camilla, who has quietly become one of the monarchy's most dependable figures, the visit represents not only a show of support for her husband but also her own growing role as a global symbol of compassion and grace. Behind the scenes, preparations for the royal arrival are already underway in Rome. Vatican sources say the meeting will include a private audience between the king and Pope Francis, a chance for the two men to speak candidly about shared concerns such as climate change, global peace, and the moral responsibilities of leadership. It's no secret that both King Charles and Pope Francis share strikingly similar worldviews. Both are deeply committed to environmental stewardship, urging global cooperation in the fight against climate change. Both emphasize compassion, social justice, and care for the marginalized. And both have faced criticism, sometimes from their own followers, for being too outspoken on global issues. Yet, it's precisely this courage that has made them respected moral figures in an uncertain world. Imagine the moment, the king and the pope, seated side by side beneath the intricate frescoes of the Vatican, discussing how faith can guide humanity through crisis. Cameras will capture the handshake that symbolizes not just friendship between two leaders, but a reconciliation centuries in the making, between the Church of England and the Church of Rome. Royal insiders say Charles views this visit as part of his spiritual diplomacy, an approach to global leadership rooted in empathy and dialogue rather than politics or power. Unlike many of his predecessors, Charles's reign has been shaped by a genuine desire to bring people together across ideological and religious lines. He has long admired Pope Francis's humility and forward-thinking stance on issues like migration, poverty, and climate reform. In fact, sources reveal that Charles personally requested this meeting, hoping it would open new avenues of collaboration between the monarchy and the Vatican on humanitarian causes. For historians, the symbolism is breathtaking. Nearly 5 centuries ago, England's separation from the Catholic Church under Henry VIII set the stage for centuries of division. And now, his descendant, the very king who holds the title Defender of the Faith, is returning to the Vatican as a messenger of unity and peace. It's as if the pages of history have come full circle, but this time with a spirit of reconciliation instead of rebellion. What makes this event even more powerful is how it reflects Charles's personal evolution. As Prince of Wales, he often spoke of his fascination with spirituality in all its forms, visiting mosques, temples, and synagogues with genuine curiosity and respect. But as king, this spiritual openness has become central to his mission. And with Queen Camilla by his side, he is now taking that mission to the very heart of Christendom. While the exact itinerary remains under wraps, reports suggest that the royal couple will also attend a private tour of the Vatican museums and possibly visit the Sistine Chapel, where Michelangelo's ceiling continues to inspire awe centuries later. The image of the king and queen standing beneath that masterpiece, surrounded by the symbols of faith, art, and history, will no doubt be one of the most iconic royal moments of the decade. The Vatican visit also comes at a time of delicate global unrest. Conflicts, climate disasters, and social divisions continue to test the moral fabric of nations. In this context, the meeting between Pope Francis and King Charles takes on a deeper dimension, two figures of immense influence using their platforms to call for compassion and collective responsibility. British media has already dubbed it a meeting of hearts and faiths. But for Charles, it's also deeply personal. Palace insiders have hinted that the king views this visit as a form of spiritual renewal, a chance to find strength and solace amid his health challenges. Those who know him best say he has found great comfort in reflection and prayer during this difficult chapter, and the opportunity to meet Pope Francis feels almost providential. Queen Camilla, ever the quiet strength beside him, is said to be ensuring that the trip runs smoothly and that her husband conserves his energy. She has become his steady anchor through illness and public duty alike, and this visit will be another testament to their unity, not just as sovereigns, but as partners walking together through faith and history. When the royal couple finally steps into St. Peter's Square, the world will be watching. The flashing lights of cameras will capture more than just a handshake between two global icons. They'll capture the moment faith and monarchy met to send a shared message, that even in an age of cynicism, belief, dialogue, and hope still matter. As the meeting concludes, it is expected that Pope Francis will bless the king and queen before they exchange private gifts, a long-standing Vatican tradition. Sources suggest Charles plans to present the Pope with a handcrafted item symbolizing sustainable craftsmanship, a nod to their shared love for environmental care. The Pope, in turn, may gift the king a symbolic piece of art reflecting peace and unity. For both sides, the visit will mark the beginning of a new chapter, one defined not by division, but by understanding. For the monarchy, it signals Charles's evolving role as not just a British ruler, but a global moral voice. For the Vatican, it reaffirms the power of dialogue in a fractured world. And for the rest of us watching, it serves as a reminder that history is not only written in conflict, but also in moments of reconciliation and grace. As King Charles and Queen Camilla prepare for their audience with Pope Francis, one thing is clear: this is more than a royal trip. It's a pilgrimage of peace, a bridge between faiths, and a chapter that will define the king's legacy. Thank you for joining us on Crown Chronicles, where royal history meets modern destiny. If you're as fascinated by this monumental meeting as we are, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive insights and updates from inside the royal world. Because here at Crown Chronicles, we don't just tell royal stories, we reveal the heart behind the crown. Crown sparkles.